It's pretty fair to say some of us who will see in the end of 2020 will believe it to be the worst year we've ever known. But what if it hasn't been? Let me invite you to take a different perspective. Whatever we look for tends to show up. And yes, it's been difficult to get away from the news and the memes and the certain social media posts. There definitely has been a lot of bad, but I can guarantee there has been lots of good. And yes, of course, we do need to know what's going on in the world and how that's going to affect us. But have you been overexposing yourself to it? The question is, have you noticed the good and paid attention to it? Although the threat of our livelihoods is very real, let's consider many of the kings and queens of the past didn't have the luxuries most of us have today. So we are largely lucky to be living in this era of human history. There's only really ever two things we have control over: our thoughts and our actions. Maybe this last year has been about the challenge, an opportunity to learn and to grow. Have you taken that opportunity? How can you look to make the best of any situation? If you're working on your fitness and the gym hasn't been open, how have you adapted? Outdoor workouts? Myself personally, I love to get outside. And what with the gyms being shut for a large portion of the year, it's meant I've had to go outside more for my own workouts and with clients, which has been great, even in the winter months. Or even in the cold winter months, it's been good to get outside. So just get outside and do it. And if training outside isn't your thing, then there's always home workouts. In 2020, I've done over 200 follow-along workouts on my YouTube channel, most of which have been at home, but some in the gym studio, back when the weather was nice, some in the garden. I've even done one with mates. So if you ever are stuck, then check out my follow along playlist. Lots and lots of workouts this year. But I have enjoyed it, it's been hard work, it's kept people going, and that's made it all worth it. Another area of focus for me this year has been learning. A couple of years ago I set myself a goal to read more, and if you saw one of my latest videos on motivation, one of my tips in that video was to be clear on the goals you set yourself. So for the first year, things were pretty sporadic. I'd read a little bit here and a little bit there, and only a small amount at a time. I convinced myself that reading wasn't for me, I wasn't good at it, and that's the story that I told myself, and I believed it. But the more disciplined I was, the more I read, the better I got. The more I could focus on what it was that I was reading, the more information I could take in, and the more I enjoyed it. It's like anything, the more we practice, the more we will improve. So in that first year I read 4 or 5 books, 10 maximum, and that was more than I'd read for any other year before that point. 2020 though was a different story. All in all, I've spent around about an hour each day reading, and that's amounted to about 30 to 40 books this year. No fiction, mainly it's been self-development, psychology and business-based books. Knowledge is power, and leaders are readers. I think the way I read books is a little unorthodox in the fact that I'll go between 4 or 5 books in any one time. Because it's non-fiction, I think it's okay to do it like that. I see it as a lesson here, a lesson there, so I'm not really ruining any flow. Having said that, I don't know anyone else who does it like that, but if you do, then let me know in the comments down below, or if you just think I'm crazy, then so be it, but let me know. So it's great to have the extra knowledge, but knowledge is only power when it's applied. So my goals for the next 12 months, without going into too many specifics, is more of the same. Learn and apply. Have you set yourself goals, and are you committed to do what it takes to reach those goals? So we can't suddenly expect everything to be rosy this year because numbers on the calendar have changed. I'm certainly not superstitious in that way. Don't wait for something good to happen, make it happen. Don't rely on anyone or anything else. Take ownership, take responsibility. Don't wait for things to be perfect. You can guarantee there'll be more challenges ahead. You can't overcome those challenges by wishing things were better. The only way to do it is by becoming better. So this coming year, make the best of it, make the most of it, because none of us know how many we'll have left. Have a good one. Move it up and down. Just to get it so you know you got it. Don't worry, don't move yet, but just move the thing up and down. Just, yeah, you happy? Alright, 3, 2, 1.